A few years ago, I posted a video titled Things You Shouldn't Say in Your Hypixel Ban Appeal. And even though it was made entirely for shits and giggles, apparently a lot of people went to it expecting legitimate advice on how to post an appeal. Which I can sort of get. You know, you get banned on Hypixel and you're frantically searching the interwebs for what to do, even though there's literally a whole dedicated section on the forums about appeals and how to submit one. And you accidentally stumble upon my video and it's not quite what you were hoping for. That's where this video comes in, and with any luck, I'll never have any folks over on that video begging for help with their appeal. Never, ever again. Just don't do it. Just don't do it, please. Like, actually, just don't. Also, if you enjoy the games going on in the background, don't forget to follow me over at twitch.tv/AliMCC, where I stream a variety of games 4 days a week, including Minecraft, where I sometimes play games with viewers. So if you're interested, you're welcome to come hang out and join the fun. I feel that it's important to start by debunking a few common misconceptions right off the bat, because it seems that once a false assumption starts, it spreads like wildfire, and if you're going to appeal, it's important to have accurate information. A lot of this was already covered in my How to Avoid Getting Banned by Watchdog video, but we'll go over it again because I guess some people need it to be repeated in order for the information to really sink in. Misconception number 1. Appeals are answered by bots. If I had $1 for every time I've seen someone insist all appeals are answered by bots, I could have quit my day job and retired years ago. I don't give a singular f*** about your friend's sister's cousin insisting, oh, my appeal got a reply so quickly, that must mean it was done by a bot. They didn't answer a question I asked, so it has to be a bot. Having been on that side of the fence and seeing how the appeals team operates firsthand, I can confirm that a real staff member reviews every single appeal and they simply copy-paste different responses to save time rather than having to type out an accept or denial message manually. That being said, I do understand how the pre-written replies can seem robotic and very lackluster, and they don't always give all the information you might need, and there are definitely some changes that can be made to improve. But again, that does not mean appeals are answered by bots. Misconception number 2. Staff always deny all appeals. This, I think, is more ludicrous than the bot assumption. I mean, let's be realistic here. If staff were going to deny every single appeal without even bothering to look at them, they would just save themselves the time and effort and not even have an appeal section to begin with. Appeals get accepted only when it can be fully proven that the punishment given is actually false. And we'll go over what's considered a false punishment and what isn't a bit later. So while accepted appeals are in the minority and aren't nearly as vocalized about, it does happen. And once again, mistakes can happen on the staff's part. On extraordinarily rare occasions, it has happened where someone's appeal first gets denied, but then sometime later the decision is overturned. Likely because something else was discovered since then, like an error in the anti-cheat coding that made it seem like the player cheated, but then once it gets checked by a developer, then the mistake is found and fixed. As I mentioned though, this is just an example and almost never happens. I could count on one hand the number of times I've seen a punishment revoked after an appeal got denied, so don't count on it happening to you. Misconception number 3. Staff will accept any appeal from a YouTuber or ranked player. Well, mostly no. Having a store-bought rank makes no difference to the outcome of an appeal. It doesn't matter if you're MVP++ or if you've never bought anything from Hypixel before. Appeals will be handled the exact same. If they believe you broke the rules, then your appeal will be denied. If it can be proven beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are truly innocent, then your appeal will be accepted. For YouTube ranks though, well, I'm fairly certain they don't go through the normal appeals section and instead have to contact a specific admin. Or at the very least, it's more likely that admins will look more closely into a situation when a YouTuber gets banned, since it is more of a special case. This can lead to more unbans than it would under normal circumstances if staff uncover some extenuating circumstances where the YouTuber did not intentionally do anything wrong, and their punishment may be lifted early. However, in the event of a YouTuber being caught cheating or breaking some other rule, they are typically punished as any other player would. and no appeal gets accepted in that situation. Now, moving on, you've been banned or muted from the Hypixel server and you want to get your punishment removed. Well, first order of business is to realize if you are aware you broke the rules. If you knowingly cheated or said something bad in chat, then don't bother posting an appeal. Because as specifically stated on the forums, appeals are only meant for those who are falsely banned. Staff don't unban or unmute those who are remorseful for breaking the rules or were banned years ago. There's arguments to be made for changes to this particular policy, but as of right now, that's just how it is. So if you are guilty of breaking the rules, thanks for watching, but this is the end of the road for you. Wait out your punishment. Next, we need to determine if your ban is actually considered to be truly false. I addressed this in my video about Watchdog bans, since bans given for cheating seem to be one of, if not the most common punishment. Players can often believe their ban is false when they receive a cheating ban because they've never installed any hacked clients or blacklisted modifications. But unfortunately, what often happens is either they installed a mod they assumed would be fine, but it ends up sending weird packets to the server and flags Watchdog, or their account was stolen and used by someone else to break the rules. And this sadly happens far more often than people think. I can't tell you how many threads on the forums I've seen about people raging about their false bans and decrying the no good, unfair, super meanie staff team. Then someone comes along and posts their previous login information from the publicly available API and, oh, that wasn't me. I didn't play this game at this time on this game version. At this point, it happens on a near daily basis. I am always coming across these threads when I log into the forums. Mojang doesn't have the best account security at the moment. They've promised upcoming changes to help with that, but in the meantime, Minecraft accounts are embarrassingly easy to get a hold of. All it takes is entering your account information in the wrong place, trusting the wrong person with your account, not having a sufficient password. Any number of things can put account security at risk. Especially since most users are on the younger side, online safety likely isn't their biggest priority. They might not even know how to keep their account secure. And while it's definitely a huge bummer, it is not considered a false ban because regardless of who did it, the account was still used to break server rules. And Hypixel policy states you are responsible for your account and everything that happens on it. Especially since Hypixel is just a third-party server. Minecraft isn't their game, so they don't have the resources to fully determine without a single doubt that your account was hacked. It is also not considered a false ban if you get banned because you get detected with a modification you assumed was fine, or you accidentally log in with a hacked client. Because again, regardless of your intentions, the rules were still broken, so the punishment stands. It's stated in official staff-posted threads that all mods are to be used at your own risk, even ones that are listed as allowed. If this is the case for you, take this as a learning experience to be more knowledgeable for next time, because since it's not considered a false ban, you will not have a successful appeal. So once again, you'll just have to wait out the ban. Now, if none of that applies to you, you have thoroughly checked resources to make sure everything with your previous login activity is on the up and up. You checked your chat logs to make sure you didn't say anything mute-worthy. You're playing your game vanilla. Nothing discussed earlier could possibly be the reason for your punishment, so you believe it is well and truly false and want to post an appeal. Most important thing to do is to read through the information given in the punishment appeal section on the forums. You don't want to be one of those people rushing through the appeal process, then freaking out because you forgot to include something or accidentally entered the wrong information or whatever. It gives you details about what each punishment reason means, how to properly fill out an appeal, and what information you're expected to provide. Something very important to remember when making an appeal is you must click the Submit, Ban, or Mute Appeal button in the appeal section. Do not, I repeat, do not post a thread in a public subforum, especially not with your ban ID. If you publicly reveal your ban ID and you have not submitted a proper appeal yet in the correct section, any random fucko could use that ID to appeal on your behalf and write whatever the heck they want in it, which you absolutely do not want. Also, keep in mind, you only get one appeal per punishment, one singular chance. After you get an answer on your appeal, the website literally blocks you from posting another one in the punishment appeal section. And if you get denied, under no circumstances should you ever try to repost an appeal in a public thread on some other subforum. Nor should you message a staff member who has not a single thing to do with your ban to harass them and demand an unban. Just don't do it. That's only gonna make things so much worse for you. It might be tempting because you're desperate to find a way out of that dead end and really don't want to wait out the punishment. But please do not do that dumb shit. You are also welcome to try to provide whatever evidence you feel might help you in your appeal, but do keep in mind it likely will not affect the outcome of your appeal, as stated previously by staff members. Because unfortunately, many things like screenshots or videos can be easily faked these days, so staff aren't able to accept that as sufficient proof of your innocence. Double and triple check to ensure you weren't correctly punished. Write an appeal to the best of your ability. Take your time. Read all the information available to you. Do not rush it. And if you do still end up getting denied, well, then buck up, Buttercup. It's just a Minecraft server. It won't be the end of the world to take some time away or go without chat for a while. With current staff guidelines, there are practically no permanent bans anymore, so no matter what atrocity you've committed, it's likely only going to be temporary. The one exception being a security alert that can be reduced to 30 days with an appeal. I hope this video helped you. However, if there are any questions in the comments that were already answered here, I'm just gonna tell you to rewatch the damn thing. But if you can't make it through a less than 15-minute video and pay attention, then you're off to a rather horrendous start already. And because I've been asked an embarrassing number of times, no, I will not write your appeal for you. And no, I will not use whatever connections you think I have to contact staff on your behalf. Fucking just, anyways, thank you very much for watching. I'd like to give an extra special thank you to my executive producer tier patrons, Doha, Emily, Jordan, Tinixfan, and Zahilla. Your support helps keep my channel going, and I appreciate y'all so much. If you're interested in more gaming content, I stream over at twitch.tv/AliMCC 4 days every week. You're welcome to come by and join in on the fun, and don't forget to leave a like on this video and subscribe if you want to see more. Also, it would be wonderful if you could leave a comment on this video. You can say anything you want within reason, even if it's just like to say hello or good video or whatever. I don't care. Just gotta keep that engagement going so we can appease the YouTube algorithm gods and push this video out there more for those who might need it. And until next time, I will see you all later. Bye!